Welcome to another episode of Tips from the Swamp by Absolute Control Irrigation Specialists. Today we're going to be discussing the standalone programming of a Par Plus satellite controller. Things to remember: on the Par Plus satellite there are 7 programs referred to as schedules available: A, B, C, D, E, and F. These programs can be set up for different start times. The stations can be set at different run times, and they can be set to water on different days of the week. The only limitations are you cannot run more than 6 solenoids at any given time. The programs can be run simultaneously for different areas of the golf course, and up to 6 solenoids it will operate some of these stations simultaneously. Now, to set this controller up, you first need to make sure that you have the correct time and day set. To do that, you press Set Clock, set the correct day of the week, press the right arrow button, set for the right time, which is in military time, and again right button to set the minutes to the correct position. When you are done, press Clock Status and review that things are in the correct position. The next thing you'll want to do is assign your stations and run times to the proper schedule. To do that, you would press Station Run Time. You'll notice that the A lights up. That's Schedule A. By hitting the Schedule button, you can change the schedule that you're programming to. We're going to set Station 1 up on Schedule A. I'm going to use the right arrow button so I can set the number of minutes that I want. In this case, we'll call for 5 minutes. Once I've done that, I can press the Station Runtime button again. Now I'm at Station 2. I can go right arrow over and set Station 2 for 5 minutes. I can continue to do any of the stations that are active on the clock to run on Schedule A that I desire. Now, the next thing I want to do is look at Station 3. To get to Station 3, I left arrow so the number is blinking. I go up to Station 3. Station 3 I want to assign to Program B, or the second schedule. Press the Schedule button so I get to B. Station 1 I don't want here. It's flashing. I use the up arrow to advance to 2, which I don't want, so I leave the time at 0. I go to Station 3. I then advance over and put the amount of time I want on Station 3. In this case, we'll put it at 10 minutes. Then I will go back and up arrow to Station 4. Station 4, I will right arrow over so I can put in a 10-minute set here. Now I have those 4 stations set. For my Schedule A, Stations 1 and 2, set for 5 minutes each. My Schedule B, or Program 2, I have set Stations 3 and 4 for 10 minutes each. Now I could go back if I wanted Stations 1 or 2 to run in this group. I could go back and put time on it in this schedule, and it would actually run in both groups. But for this case, basically I've got 2 schedules set up. You can continue through the rest of your zones if you desire to set up C, D, E, and F. The next thing I'm going to do is assign my start times. So I press Start Time. and it's going to tell me start 1, and there's nothing scheduled right now. I'm going to right arrow over, and I'm going to put in a 5 a.m. start time, and this is for Schedule B and the 2 10-minute stations. Now, to set my start time for Schedule A, I press the schedule button until I get back to Schedule A, and then I'm going to right arrow over, and I'm going to set it for a 5 o'clock start time. Once I've done that, I then go down to Start Days, and here I can scroll across, and with that button, or the M flashing, which is for Monday, I can turn it off by pushing the up arrow, or turn it back on, pressing the up arrow. I go through and turn off the days I do not want to water on this particular schedule. So in this case, I'm watering Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Now I go to Schedule B, and once again, I use the scroll button to set up or take off days. In this case, I'm going to turn off Tuesday and Thursday. Once I've completed that, I press the clock status button, and we go back to the correct time and day. Now, when it becomes 5 o'clock, whatever program is scheduled to operate will turn on. If program A and B or schedule A and B are both programmed on the same day to start at the same time, they will start the first station of each of those schedules or programs. This can be done for all 6 programs. The only caution is you do not want to turn on multiple zones simultaneously and exceed 6 solenoids. If you exceed the 6 solenoids, it will trip the breaker in the power interconnect and nothing will run. So, be sure that you make your schedule to maintain no more than 6 solenoids at one time. Yes, you can start stations at the same time by using the different schedules, and you can start them on the same days or different days by programming the schedules. I hope this has been helpful. This is Absolute Control saying goodbye and good night.